Hello there and welcome to Ashdon Wharf, and this time it is Ashdon Wharf. I've finished the painting tutorial of the fishing boats, so now it's back to the layout. I've been looking at it and I've decided that the third track closest here, there's just not going to be space for it, and I'll try and explain why if I can demonstrate. I think you can see at the front here, where this fascia is, there'll be I'm using this just as something solid, but let me go down a bit so you can see. Use this, there'll be a piece that runs the full width of the harbour, and if I put the harbour wall on there's going to be a working area on the top, and for that working area I'm using a Metcalf kit. So it'll come to the edge of this wall, and then if we put one of the fishing boats on, I think you'll see that it should work, shouldn't it? I think so, and it means that I don't have to drop down too far here. As for the width of the piece of board, probably 6 inches will be plenty big enough. Right, let me just move these before they fall. That's the idea with that. Now, come out again a bit. That will run all the way from this piece, this corner here where we go outwards, the angle, right across all the way along to the other angle here. So we're talking like that. Probably with 2 or 3 mil MDF or ply or something similar, something lightweight. It's going to have to stretch for 6 foot, so it's going to be, I want it to be lightweight, but also I want it to be structurally sound, although it's not going to carry too much weight. Mind you, having said that, no, the MDF, the MDF, listen to me, the resin boats, they're not very heavy, so it's not going to have to carry a lot of weight. And I also want it so I can remove it so that it's not permanently there. I can take it up if I need to. Not that I can't reach anything, but I know what will happen. It'll get knocked or damaged. Now, to fix it up, I'm going to have to maybe put in some angle brackets or possibly dowels going through that it'll rest on the full length and each end. This end's not so bad because I can fit some up from that shelf to look after the 12 or so 18 inches at that end. It's this end where I'm going to, well, let's bring you across. It's this end where I'm going to have to really think about what I'm going to do here. Just to bring it across. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. We're not there yet. But that's my thinking. There's still going to be these 2 tracks, and these 2 tracks are going to be buried in the cobblestones, you know, the Pico cobblestone paper. So this will come right up to the side of what will be the harbour working area, the wharf working area. That'll be embedded. There'll be obviously points. Now it leaves me that area in the middle, which is now a little bit bigger than it was before. Now that gives me the option of pulling those 2 rails at the back, the mainline rails, a little bit further forward, which might be an option. I'm also in the process of building the Metcalf single track engine shed and the Nissan hut, because I want them to go somewhere on here, on this wharf. So I'm building them so I can see them, so I've got the footprint and I can see exactly where they'll work and where they won't. And with that in mind, I've been to get get some more purchases, but I ain't gone mad this time. Over here I bought 6 lengths of flexi track because we're going to need some more. I've got the red brick platform, so I can build that. As I say, I'm thinking it's going to be 3 inches wide at the top. That's plenty enough working area. You would even be able to get a vehicle on there. But I've got to remember there's going to be such things as bollards and fish boxes and all sorts of other stuff. So 3 inches, maybe 4. I'll have to give that some serious thought. Whilst I was there, I picked up a track cleaning rubber and some liquid poly. I've never used this before, but I was thinking for the wagging kits, the fish vans, I thought I'd use that for building them, because I've seen people use this on a couple of YouTube videos, and I thought, well, I'll give that a try. So that was the purchases. That's all I got. So I'll show you. I'll do as I always do. If I add that onto there, it now brings us up to 888.95. But these things were needed. Setting the platform, that can be built once I finish doing the Nissan hut and the engine shed. So the next bit of time I spend, I won't be doing any painting for a while. I'm going to be doing the Metcalfe buildings. See how the platform goes on. See if it works as a working area. I don't see why it shouldn't work as a wharf side. As it comes to meet the wall of the wharf side and then down to the water, and organising a shelf of some description to place the ships on the water on shouldn't be too great a problem, to be fair. I don't foresee any great worries with that. It's now just a case of finalising the track plan, and I'm keeping it very simple, as you can see. There's not going to be that many points. There'll probably be more points in the fiddle yards at each end than there will be in the and on the actual layout itself. I am still a little bit concerned about the fact that I've got 4 straight parallel tracks, but with this space in the middle, I can place things to kind of disguise that a bit, I think. So we'll get away with that. And to be fair, I've only got a limited space here, width-wise. So it's not as if I can make a nice big sweeping curve or anything. I really am limited in width. So I'm just going to have to live with it. And to be fair, these will be buried in cobblestone, so they won't be so obvious as they will, because obviously they'll be ballasted as you would normally expect. But these will be buried in cobblestone, so they won't look too in your face, shall we say. It'll disguise it somewhat. So right, so that's what I've purchased. That's what my plans are at the moment, but of course they can change. As you appreciate, I'm not rushing on. I'm taking my time with this. I don't want to make any mistakes. I will anyway, but I just want to get sure everything's working as I want it. I like the track plan. I'm happy with it, and then we can get on to doing things that are a bit more permanent. I still haven't connected up any controllers. I've not run a single locomotive. I've not done anything like that. That's going to wait until I've got a little bit, certainly this section of track here with its points sorted and loosely joined up, and then I'll jerry rig some electricity to it, and we'll run a loco up and down and see how it goes. I'm looking forward to that moment. But until then, patience is the key. Don't rush it, because you'll regret it later. So I'm taking my time. And that's about it, because I'm waffling and I'm boring you, aren't I? So I'll get off and I'll speak to you on the next one. Bye for now.